Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen and I'm going to show you some fondant basics. I know you're super psyched to make that My Little Pony cake, but I'm just going over the fondant part of it today. I've had people ask about fondant, the difference between fondant and gum paste, and normally, my videos are of course gum paste. So this is just fondant. You can see I'm adding food coloring to it. I'm just going to show you how I color it. I use Crisco. I know a lot of videos out there, they use like powdered sugar or a mix of like cornstarch and powdered sugar or something like that. I find it dries it out. It can sometimes make the color a little lighter, so I use Crisco. But getting back to what fondant is, it's basically what you cover the cake with. You don't want to decorate with it. Honestly, in my opinion, I almost never, ever, ever use fondant to decorate because it just doesn't handle the same. And as you can see, in order to mix it, the color in, you just press your heel into it and fold it over. Press your heel, fold it over, just like if you're kneading dough, in case you guys have ever done that. It's all you do. You just knead, press and push, press and fold. There you go. But anyway, if you see some decorations out there that people have made and they look like they're a little melty or maybe soggy kinda or shiny, chances are it's fondant. You don't get the figure standing upright as well. It doesn't work. Use gum paste for decorations. Cover your cake with fondant, people. Take the time to get the two separate things. It's worth it. All right, this is a cake that I had in the fridge. I dirty iced it, as you can see. I'm taking a wet paper towel, cleaning off the icing and crumbs around the cake plate. This is just a cardboard cake plate I picked up somewhere. And I use powdered sugar for this part. And I know I just got done being like, oh, powdered sugar dries out, la. It also makes it not stick to your cake plate. So I go around the entire cake on the cake plate to protect it, so when I lay the fondant over it, it won't stick to it, because that's a pain trying to scrape it off if it sticks. Again, some people out there are super beast mode when it comes to this fondant, and they can roll it out and cover their cake and then lift their cake and then place it on the cake mat, and their edges are amazing. I'm not there, okay? Sometimes I have good days where it comes out really nice, and other days I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be putting a border on this cake because the bottom might not be so good. But anyway, as you can see, I'm rolling it out. I use Crisco again. Other people use powdered sugar or cornstarch, whatever you're comfortable with. This is just how I learned. It's what I'm comfortable with. Roll it out till you get an even thickness. I want to say like 1/8 of an inch thick. Some people roll it all the way up, as you can see. I just fold it over onto my rolling pin to lift it, and then the side that was on the Crisco is the side that goes down against the cake. Once again, this is just how I do it. I wanted to show you guys. And this little technique here I found works pretty darn well for getting rid of seams and wrinkles in it. When you're pressing down the side, you'll see me hold the outer edge up and then press down with my other hand. See, I'm going to do it right here. I kind of lift up the outside and then press down inside that little gully that forms when you do it. You'll see it again. It's not very clear because I'm so used to it. I'm just like bang, bang, bang. But it is there. You just kind of lift it out and press down, and that will get rid of the wrinkles. If you do end up with a wrinkle in the back, like right there, you can see those big folds. Let's say you couldn't get rid of them. See, I'm lifting it up there. And if you couldn't get rid of them, then you know what? You have a wrinkle, and that becomes the back of your cake. Or if you have no other way around it, you're going to stick a decoration in front of it and hide it. There are always little ways to get around it. It's okay. Don't freak out if it happens. And also, my cakes are never perfectly straight or smooth. It's something I work on. I'm trying, as you can see here with my fondant spreader. I'm actually using it for what it's for. Just go up and down, flatten off the top as best you can. Again, other people are just so good at it. I am not that good at it. I'm pretty good at it, don't get me wrong, but it's not perfect. And I'm using my pizza cutter. I didn't buy any fondant cutter, trailing around the edge, and you just lift it off. And because that powdered sugar I had on there, it just comes right off. I use that cake pan that you saw right there just to mark where my wooden dowels are going to be. There are, if you don't know already, all kinds of stacking systems out there in place. If you're going to be using something real light that isn't going to be heavier or anything, then you can use the wooden dowels. Otherwise, there are plastic ones out there that you can use that are very sturdy and stable. They come with a cake plate that actually locks into the pillars that you'd stick into the cake. So those are for like hardcore. The cake has to travel. It's a wedding cake. It's more than 2 tiers. It's heavy. It's filled with like pudding or something. Then you want to go all out. Never, ever, 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 ever cheap out on your stacking system. Don't you dare ever use something silly like I heard someone use drinking straws one time. Like, no, just no, don't do that, okay? Use wood, use plastic, make sure it's not going anywhere. I use a little bit of buttercream icing between the 2 layers just to stick the cake plate that the top cake is sitting on. The cake plate that it's sitting on is just a piece of cardboard. It's they sell them on all different places that you can get them in the sizes of the cake pan itself. So this was a 6-inch one. I had to trim it down a little bit, but it gives it a firm base. So when you set your tier on top of each other, those wooden supports or plastic, whatever you're using, doesn't end up poking up through the cake because, you know, if it sits out, it's going to get softer even if you chill it first. So you want to make sure your cake is protected. Once you're stacked, give it a spin, smooth it off any way you can, and then you're ready to decorate it. Make it look amazing. Just like that one right there. Looks amazing. Anyway, I hope you like this. I hope you found it helpful. Please like and subscribe. If you make anything, I would love to see it. And thank you again for watching Caketastic Cakes.